Not everyone shares their life online. Some people scroll, observe, and stay silent. This silence is not absence. It reveals patterns of personality, motivation, and awareness. In a world obsessed with visibility, quiet restraint becomes a conscious act of meaning. Their silence speaks, but what exactly does it say? Number 1. Silence as control. Choosing what to show. Social media rewards exposure. It celebrates self-display and constant proof of existence. Silence, however, reverses that equation. For some, not posting is not indifference, it is control. It is the ability to decide what remains unseen. Psychologists call this self-boundary regulation, a skill linked to emotional stability and resilience. People with strong boundaries report less stress and greater life satisfaction. They know when sharing is healthy and when silence protects. They understand that once something enters the digital sphere, it becomes public property. That loss of ownership changes how memories feel. When you share a moment, you partly give it away, and in doing so, you change its meaning. For these people, privacy is not secrecy, it is authorship, a way of writing life on their own terms. Number 2. Authenticity and the performance trap. Posting is rarely neutral. Every upload asks, how will this be seen? Over time, social media turns mirrors into stages. Likes and comments become applause, and attention becomes approval. Many non-posters reach a point of quiet rebellion. They no longer wish to perform. They experience what researchers call impression management fatigue, the exhaustion of wearing a social mask. Stepping back allows them to take that mask off. They trade applause for alignment, performance for peace. Authenticity returns not as a pose, but as relief. They don't leave the stage in anger, they simply walk back into themselves. Number 3. Self-awareness and inner validation. People who rarely post navigate by an inner compass. It doesn't spin with public opinion. Psychologists call this an internal locus of control, meaning direction comes from within. In their brains, reward pathways look different. Their dopamine doesn't spike with likes, it glows at moments of mastery or reflection. Their satisfaction arrives quietly, after understanding, not attention. When confidence grows from curiosity, not comparison, external noise fades. They act with intention rather than impulse. They navigate life by inner landmarks, curiosity, skill, and calm. It's not withdrawal, it's orientation. Number 4. Fear, anxiety, and the cost of visibility. For others, silence is protection. Posting feels like standing on a stage without knowing who's watching. Every sentence can echo far beyond its meaning. Psychologists call this evaluation apprehension, the fear of being judged. Online, this fear intensifies because the audience is endless and permanent. Non-posters experience what scientists call anticipatory anxiety, the stress of imagining reactions before they happen. The brain treats that imagined threat as real. Cortisol rises simply from waiting to be seen. Silence breaks that cycle. It's not avoidance, it's a safety valve. It restores clarity in an environment built for pressure. In a world that rewards exposure, choosing invisibility can be an act of self-care. Number 5. Emotional burnout and digital fatigue. Social platforms constantly stimulate attention. The average user checks notifications more than 60 times a day. That repetition trains the brain to crave micro-rewards, small bursts of pleasure that drain focus. When people stop posting, they often describe a sense of mental quiet. It's the absence of expectation, the relief of no reaction. Psychologists call this digital recovery time, the brain's reset after constant stimulation. During this pause, many rediscover life offline. They garden, meet friends, cook, play with pets, or move their bodies without counting steps. They return to hobbies once forgotten: painting, reading, building, creating. Each act reawakens senses that screens kept numb. Non-posting becomes a cognitive detox. Thoughts slow down, attention deepens. When you stop performing, you start perceiving again. The world feels tangible, not filtered. Rebellion and identity. The freedom of invisibility. In a culture that shouts for attention, the quiet become architects of balance. They walk through noise like calm through chaos. Choosing not to post is not retreat, it's refusal to trade peace for reach. Philosophers call this existential autonomy, defining worth without external permission. It's the art of living without applause. They turn away from algorithms the way monks once turned from markets. They don't sell attention, they preserve it. Silence here is not absence, it's quiet rebellion, the strength to stay unseen and undistracted. Number 7. Real connection beyond the feed. Silence online often opens space for presence offline. They rediscover conversations where eyes meet, not profiles. They remember laughter that doesn't echo through speakers. People who post less spend more time in shared physical spaces. Touch replaces tags. A hand on your shoulder lasts longer than 1,000 likes. Offline connection breathes. It has pauses and quiet moments that don't need captions. They understand that attention isn't affection, time is. Their friendships are measured not by reach, but by rhythm. Number 8. The philosophy of presence, the beauty of the unshared. Behind the choice not to post lies a worldview. It's rooted in phenomenology, the idea that experience has value before representation. Not everything becomes meaningful by being seen. Growth, grief, and change unfold privately beyond archives. Those who stop documenting rediscover the joy of perception itself. They smell the damp earth of a morning forest, hear twigs crack, watch light move across a wall. They feel sunlight on their skin, taste coffee without distraction, sense their own breath syncing with the world's pace. These are not escapes from technology. They are returns to the senses, to texture, to presence. People who share less perceive more. Studies on digital mindfulness show that limiting sharing enhances well-being and sensory awareness. Colors appear richer, conversations deeper, time slower. Stillness doesn't erase life, it magnifies it. The truest parts of living can't be captured, only experienced. Some people don't just stay silent online, they simply skip the entire show. They ignore social media the way cats ignore commands, completely, proudly, and with zero explanation. For them, life already offers enough drama, updates, and comment sections in real people. Conclusion: the power of the unseen. Not posting is not absence. It is a psychological strategy balancing autonomy, safety, and identity. It is a way to preserve meaning in a world that trades it for attention. These people remind us that privacy is not loneliness, it is closeness to oneself. That worth doesn't disappear when nobody is watching. And that silence, in the right hands, is not emptiness, it is presence. Online silence is life competence, the art of feeling the moment in a loud and draining world instead of reacting right away. It shows that real life is not about showing everything, but about sensing what remains when nothing needs to be proven. And in a culture that measures life by visibility, restraint may be the highest form of wisdom. If you like this video, subscribe for more like this.